came out to me before I could say anything. I projectile vomit. Not once, but not once, but twice. Right after she said the words, "I'm gay." Luckily, it didn't land on her, but it was pretty messy. She assumed this was me showing my disapproval, ran out of my house crying, and went home. First of all, we're starting off with a banger. Project vomit? Like threw up on her? That is crazy. If I was her, I would have slapped her across, bro. I would have slapped her across. Cause what you mean you vomited on me? That's so disrespectful. Here I am with an upset best friend who thinks I don't love her anymore because she's gay, covered in my own vomit, which is also covering my kitchen floor, and enough nausea to take down a horse. Not to mention horrific guilt for upsetting my friend. I cleaned myself and the kitchen floor up and attempted to call her. No answer. I took some nausea medication and took a nap to see if the nausea would subside. I wake up 12 hours later and you guessed it, covered in my own vomit again. I went to the doctor and apparently I had a severe stomach virus. She prescribed me some meds and I was fine. I called my best friend again and she finally answered. I explained to her that it was totally fine with her being gay and I was 100% supportive of her. I explained the stomach virus situation and told her I had directions on how to take care of myself to prove it. 2 years later, we're still best friends, and now we love to laugh about my projectile vomiting. I love this. This is actually a nice story. I actually like this. It went to 100-1, and I love that. I love that, and how now they're laughing at it like 2 years later because they're still best friends. And I like this story. It's not that bad. The vomit kind of gross, but you know. Story. I'm gonna try to add 3 stories in here. Okay, so this one. This is the first time I ejaculated. Okay, summer camp. I was wearing jorts. Was the style at the time. Jorts was top tier. I don't know why we stopped wearing jorts. Like, that was... Anyways, we were doing the indoor rock climbing wall, and I was about halfway up when my partner, who was belaying me, asked if she could tie me off so she could go to the bathroom. Okay. So I'm swinging back and forth up there, and those really tight rock climbing harnesses over jorts. Oh yeah! I know that hurt. I know that hurt. I know that hurt. Oh my god. I know that hurt. Because it's like on your vagina or your balls, and it's just... Oh, I know that hurt. I know that hurt. Okay. And there was friction. Barely had time to process what was happening before my balls felt like they were sneezing, and then it was over. The harness never returned my phone calls though. And then one said, my balls felt like it was sneezing. I never heard a more accurate description of jizzling. Bro, I know that hurt. I know your balls were suffocating. Because the harness, when you're, okay, for example, if you're like ziplining, right? If you guys never went ziplining or rock climbing, basically there's a harness and they tie it on you and stuff like that, and they need to tie it tight. And it's like this little kind of, how can I describe it? It's like a baby kind of swing kind of thing, right? And you sit on it and you know, it's tight up in there, like they do it tight. Alright. We're gonna do one more story. Bouncer in the early 80s, and I was working in New Hampshire at a bar near a ski lawn. These 6 townies came in within an hour start a fight with all the bouncers. They threw them out and they were doing a head count and realized my dad is not there. Yikes. They took a look outside, and he's fighting the four of them while two trying to keep the door shut. The other bouncers get inside, and they were fighting for like 45 minutes until the cops showed up. The fight was so long, my dad said he knocked out the same guy twice. This says, that's brilliant. Closing line. My god. There's a question at the moment about crazy bouncer bar stories. You should submit it. Yeah, like, oh my god. I submitted my own bouncer story about a guy who pooped in a urinal, but didn't get a lot of love. What? Badass. Yo, okay. This story, not as bad. You know, fights always happening at a bar. I mean, it's not bad. So, and if you like me, um, just doing these story times, let me know down below. And yeah, subscribe. Bye.